This is the Bissell Little Green Max Pet Portable Carpet Cleaner, and I'm going to test it versus all the other Bissell Little Green machines to see if this is the best Little Green machine that Bissell has ever made. But it's not until you compare it to the standard, the gold bearer here, the Bissell Little Green machine in that classic spot cleaner design, because that comes with a 48-ounce clean water tank versus 32 ounces on the Pet Max. It comes with a 4-foot hose compared to the 4.8-foot hose you get with the Pet Max. They both share a 15-foot power cord, but there's a difference in the motor size. The Max Pet comes with a 3.3 amp motor, which is more powerful than the 2.75 amp motor you get with the Little Green machine. The Max Pet also comes with that self-cleaning tough stain tool so that it can rinse itself without you having to attach a Hydro Rinse attachment, something that you do have to do with your Bissell Little Green machine. Cleaning your Max Pet is also relatively straightforward. This is how you open up the attachment. It's a standard attachment here, and it does come with nylon brushes versus units that might come with a silicone brush. The handles are going to be rubberized, and overall the unit is light to hold and it handles pretty well. The only knock on it is that the tanks are not going to be fully secured in, so there's no lock that you can secure the dirty water or the clean water tank in. There's a little bit of clips here, which is quite innovative, but it's not going to give you the same secure design you got with your Bissell Little Green machine. And I know just from hearing the specs alone, it's hard to gauge how powerful or how effective the Bissell Little Green Pet Max might be, because just those numbers might not mean much, because a lot of these units are going to have similar specs and similar numbers. And Bissell is claiming that the Pet Max is 30% more powerful than the Shark Stainstriker. And that's because Shark is actually coming out and saying that their units are more powerful than the Bissell's. So Bissell's just making claims against it. But actually, if you try them out together, and we've tried out the Shark Stainstriker against the regular, normal Bissell Little Green machine, and we found the Bissell Little Green machine was more effective on cleaning stains than the Shark Stainstriker alone. And here I am using that Max Pet on my high pillow rug here, and you can see that it is still doing a good job cleaning it overall. And even though I didn't have a big stain, it still found a lot of debris, dirt, as well as grime inside of my rug, which is surprising. One knock on the Max Pet here from Bissell is that the top is very easy to pop off, so be careful holding it. Make sure you have it with 2 hands and hold it by the base. So in this test, I'm going to be using the Max Pet on soy sauce, ketchup, chocolate milk, as well as orange juice. So we're just going to pre-treat all the stains. Here you see me, I'm just pre-treating it, and then I use the machine to extract first. So before I do any of the agitation or scraping it or rubbing it up and down with the brush, I first try to remove the stain as much as possible, and I let all of these stains set for at least 1 hour. So you can see me, I am just going on to the next stain on the ketchup. I pre-treated the area, I didn't agitate it, and here I'm just extracting and removing the stain. A lot of people will agitate that area and let the stain seep deeper inside their carpet or rug fibers. Not me. I try to extract as much, press down, try to get as much of the solution out. Large ketchup stain, which is probably about 2 tablespoons of ketchup, took me a good 10 minutes to remove on its own. I had to scrub it over and over and over because tomato sauce is very effective at seeping inside of your carpet fibers. So you will have to put a little bit of elbow grease in to get the stain completely out. But at the end of it, I was able to remove the entire stain. This is going to be a chocolate protein shake. Now, chocolate protein shakes are even more difficult to remove out of your carpet. And I had to put about 5 minutes here just removing that chocolate stain over and over and agitating over and over and over again. So this is going to be on that orange juice stain. I know orange juice looks like it's just easy to remove out of any carpet or rug, but it's not. It's actually sweet and sugary. So once it's set, the stain actually requires you to agitate and go over and over and over again to remove any of the sugar that might be still caked in or just have seeped deep inside of the fibers. Now, you can see I'm going over the entire area again. So just because it looks clean doesn't mean it only took me about 5 minutes. It still took me a good 20 to 25 minutes to remove all 4 of those stains. A closer examination of the stains on our rug shows that for the soy sauce, it did a good job. It removed about 96% of the stain itself, but there was still 4% remaining. I had to use the machine again for another 5 minutes to make sure to try to remove the entire stain out, and I had to run it for ketchup again, but I don't think the ketchup area was perfect. Now, if you look at the total area after 48 hours dry, it still looks very new and it looks like there was never stain here. And that's because I had to clean it twice. So that's a key rule for a lot of people. If you do not get the results the first time around, do not give up. Let the solution do its work. After many years of sharing how to use these spot cleaners with people, let me just say that a lot of people's biggest error is using too little solution. You have to use a lot of solution, especially if the stains are aggressive. Otherwise, it won't work. And after using a wet paper towel and going over the stains all again, you can see that the stains are completely gone. So now let's compare all of the Little Greens against each other. That is the Bissell Little Green Cordless, the Max Pet, the Little Green Machine, and the Pro versions. This is going to be the top of all of them. They all look relatively similar, but there's been an updated design change with the Little Green Cordless and the Max Pet, with that modern design versus the classic Little Green shape on the machine as well as on the Pro. How you turn on each unit is also different. On the cordless version, you have buttons and there's going to be 2 speeds. You only have 1 speed for the Max Pet. You only have 1 speed on the Little Green Machine as well as on the Pro edition. And the Pro is going to be using a button while the other 2 uses a switch. If you take a look at the Max Pet and compare it to the Bissell Little Green Cordless, you realize that they're basically identical. The only difference is that the cordless comes with a battery. And the Bissell Little Green Cordless comes with a 165 watt motor, but is not as powerful as the corded Max Pet, and that's because it's corded, the motor is more powerful for sure. And finally, let's compare it to the most powerful and effective cleaner in the group, the Bissell Little Green Pro, because the Pro comes with a 5.7 amp motor, which is way more powerful than the Max Pet or the Little Green Machine. It comes with a 20-foot cord, so it has a 5-foot longer power cord, a heavier duty hose that's also longer, and it weighs 13.25 pounds with a clean water tank capacity of 96 ounces, or 3 times the Max Pet and double the Little Green Machine. Question a lot of people ask us is how noisy is the Bissell Little Green Max Pet and the other Little Greens. So let's listen to the Max Pet here. If I had to rank the Bissells in terms of noisiest, I would say that the Pro editions are going to be the noisiest because they have the most power. The Max Pet and the Bissell Little Green Machine are going to sound relatively similar. I think the Max Pet has a more gentle sounding motor, even though it is still pretty loud. And the cordless is going to be the quietest of the bunch, especially if you have it on the low speed. Now let's try them out and let's show you how different the sprays are. This is going to be that Bissell Little Green spray. You can see that I can actually inject more solution than the Max Pet, and the Bissell Little Green Machine is also more effective at extracting more solution out of the rug or the carpet or the sofa that you're using than the Max Pet. Using the Bissell Little Green Cordless is very simple, but it's basically the same as using the Max Pet, except it's cordless. You just have to press the button and you have that spray nozzle, and then you just go to town, extracting, agitating, and getting the stain out. Your Bissell Little Green Machine Pro is going to come with different tools. This is that deep stain tool. Now, you can also get a pet stain remover tool. There's a whole host of optional accessories that comes with the Bissells here. I like the deep stain tool, and you can see how well it injects the solution deep into the fibers, and you can scrub or you can just use it for extraction, and you'll find that this is going to be enough solution to actually do an entire sofa and possibly one 8x10 rug or carpet. So ultimately, which Bissell Little Green is going to be the best machine for you? Well, this is a pretty straightforward choice. If you want the most power with the largest tanks, something the most durable build construction, you want the Bissell Little Green Pro. But just remember that if you have this full up with water, it can weigh up to 20 pounds. So in my opinion, I'm a big fan of the Bissell Little Green Machine, because it's a tried and true classic design. It is built to last. You can lock all the tanks, and it is very powerful, especially relative to the size. Now, I've also seen it on sale close to $80, which is as good as, if not better, than the sale price that we see on the Bissell Max Pet. The cordless editions for these Bissell Little Green Machines are also great, but they're going to cost you more money. And do you really need a cordless spot cleaner? I think most of us, I am owner of a cordless Bissell spot cleaner, and I can tell you I rarely use it relative to the Bissell Little Green Machine. However, I think the Bissell Little Green Max Pet is a great addition to the Bissell lineup, especially if they can keep the price under $100. The Max Pet has a smaller footprint than the Little Green Machine, so it's easier to store inside of your closet or in your garage, and I think it's just a good looking unit. So overall, do I recommend it? Yes. Do I think it's better than the Bissell Little Green Machine? I think that just comes down to price and value. So with that, thanks for watching, everybody. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment box below. We will get back to you. And please hit that like and subscribe button because it really does help support our channel. We love doing these tests for you, so please show us your support. And I'll catch you next time to stay with the French Glow. Signing off. Bye, bye, bye.